Hello friend, I am Naval. You are watching Code with Naval. Welcome to Java series part 73. In a last video we saw wait and sleep method. In this video we are going to discuss about wrapper classes. So let's first understand what is a wrapper classes and where exactly use of wrapper classes. But before that you need to understand what is upcasting and what is downcasting. If you don't know what is upcasting, downcasting, and if you didn't watch this part 29, then first watch this part 29, then you get idea what is upcasting and what is downcasting. Then you can understand this wrapper classes. So what is the wrapper classes? The wrapper classes in a Java is object version of primitive data type. We know already we have 8 primitive data type, and for those 8 primitive data type we have 8 wrapper classes, and those 8 wrapper classes is the object version of those primitive data type. In a Java, with the collection framework and some other place, we can't use a primitive data type. There we can use only object type. That's why we need a wrapper classes. We will see in upcoming videos. There we will discuss collection framework. There you can see we will not able to use a primitive data type. There we have to use a only wrapper classes, only object. Okay, that's why there is a one use for wrapper classes. All wrapper classes present inside the lang package. Okay, java.lang package, and all wrapper classes declare as a final classes. Okay, once we declare anything final, then we can't override that thing. If we declare a class as a final, then we can't extend that class. Okay, that means we can't extend these wrapper classes. Here we have a two process. One is the autoboxing and second one is the unboxing. Autoboxing means automatic conversion of primitive type to the object type. Here we don't need to convert, it's automatically convert. When we store inside a wrapper class, when we store any primitive data type, that will automatically convert. We don't need to convert that. Then second one is the unboxing. It is just the reverse process of autoboxing. Automatically convert in object type to the primitive type. Okay, when we store any object value inside this primitive value, inside this primitive type, that time also it will automatically convert. We don't need to convert that. Okay, so here you can see, here we have a primitive type and here we have a wrapper classes. For a boolean, here we have a boolean wrapper class. For a character, here we have a, for a char, here we have a character wrapper class. For a byte, here we have a byte. Short for a short, int integer, long long, float float, and double double. For every primitive data type we have a one wrapper class. Okay, and this all wrapper class presents inside a lang package, and this all wrapper class is final class. That's why we can't extend these all wrapper classes. Okay, so let's open Eclipse and let's see the some common functionality that we get in a wrapper classes. Okay, I'll simply create a one class inside this demo package, and I'll give this class name part 73. Okay, here you can see part 73. Here we create a main method, and let's first create, simply I'll create int a equal to 10. Here you can see int a equal to 10. Okay, let's save this, and why it's throwing error, let's run this, and okay, there is no error. Now I want to convert this. You can see here we have an integer a. This is a simply primitive data type. This int a is a primitive data type, and here we store a 10 value. Now I want to convert this integer in a wrapper class. That's why first I need to create a, there is a two process. Okay, here we use a autoboxing. When we directly store, here you can see a1 equal to a, this is called autoboxing. Okay, autoboxing. Here we can simply converting, here we can simply converting primitive data type to integer. Okay, primitive data type to wrapper class. Okay, now let's print this system.out.println and a1, and let's save this and run this, and here you can see, here you get this 10 value. This operation is called autoboxing. Then what is the boxing? Okay, this one is the autoboxing. This will do Java itself. Then what is the boxing? Simple boxing. Okay, this one is the integer. Okay, I'll simply a2 equal to new integer. Okay, new. Okay, let's see here, new integer, and if we pass here this a value, then this one is called, boxing. Okay, now let's print this also. I'll simply print this one, a2. Okay, let's save this a2, and let's see. This one is this first process is a auto boxing, and this process is a boxing. This process is a boxing. Okay, this one is automatically convert, and this one is we are converting, because here we simply create a whole object, then we pass here integer value. Okay, then we need to convert. Here we saw auto boxing, then we need to convert unboxing. So just create here int. Okay, int b1 equal to, here again we need to convert this a1. Let's pass here a1, and here you go. Let's print this system.out.print, and let's save this and print. Here you can see this one is a unboxing process. Here you can see what is the auto boxing. Auto boxing means simply primitive data type to object data type conversion. Okay, and what is the unboxing? Simply object data type to primitive data type conversion. That is nothing but unboxing. Okay, let's see some method provide. Here you can see this integer, this primitive data type don't provide any method. Okay, but this wrapper classes provide a few methods. Okay, let's check those methods. Now I want to simply, I'll simply print here system.out.println, and here I need to compare this two value. Okay, if this two value is the same, then need to pass. Okay, I'll simply a1 dot compare to. Okay, you can see here compare to this a2. Okay, let's see a2. Let's pass here a2, and let's print this. You can see if both value are same, then here we get 0. Okay, this a1 and a2. Now I'll simply change this a2 value. Instead of 10, I'll simply pass here 20, and then save. Then you can see if this value is less than this value, then it will show negative value. It will give negative value -1. And let's see, I'll simply, instead of 20, I'll simply pass here 5. Now this value a1 value is greater than this a2 value. Let's save and run here. Now you can see if this value is greater than this compare to value, then it will give positive value. Okay, now here we have a compare to method. Then check few more method, system.out.println, and I need to check a1 equal to a2. Okay, a2, I need to show this also. Here you can see this a1. Okay, this a1 object, and this one is the a2 object. Now I'll simply pass here also a. Okay, and now you can see this object and this object value is the same. This object value is also 10, and this object value is also 10. Then what we expect here, it should be give a true value because both are equal. Okay, let's save and run, and you can see here we got false value. Why here we got false value? Because when we directly create any wrapper classes object, without using new keyword, then that wrapper classes object reference stored in a string constant pool. Now here this wrapper class object store inside a heap memory, and this wrapper class object store inside a string constant pool. Now I'll simply create a one more integer. Okay, without using new keyword, integer, and this one is a AA. Okay, and this one is also store A. Now you can see this both wrapper classes value is the same, both integer object value is the same. Okay, now instead of here a2, I'll simply pass here AA. okay, and then save. Then you can see here we get true value, because here we create a wrapper class without, here we create an object without using a new keyword. Let's remember this. If we use a new keyword, then that object create inside a heap memory. If we don't use a new keyword and we directly create object, okay, then that store inside a string constant pool. Okay, we will see in detail all this memory management in upcoming video. For now, let's remember this two things. If you create an object with using new keyword, then that store inside a heap memory. If we create an object without using a new keyword, then that store inside a string constant pool. It's only for a wrapper classes and string classes. Okay, here you can see. Let's save this, and here we create this 2, and here we simply use this equal, and here we get output, proper output. Now here simply comparing address. Okay, here simply comparing address, and when we create this 2 integer and those 2 integer value is the same, then both these variable pointing the same memory location. Okay, if both memory location same, then here we get a true value. Now then, how can we compare, how can we check this new and this one? Okay, for that we have a equal method. Okay, we can simply use a equal method, system.out.println a1 dot equal, okay, equal, and here a2. Okay, let's save this and run this. Here you can see true value. Again here we get a true value. Okay, why we did this 2 times? Okay, let's remove this and let's save, and here you can see here we also get a true value. Okay, let's see what inside this integer. Okay, I'll simply open a declaration, and here you can see this integer class simply extend this number class and implement comparable interface. Okay, let's see here. I'll simply check how many method present inside this class. You can see here you have a 2 string, 2 unsigned, all this method present inside this integer wrapper classes. Okay, if we open this number, okay, let's open this number class, and let's check here. You can see, okay, let's check here, control O. You can see this number class have a this all method, int value, long value, float value, double value, byte value, short value, serialize, this all numeric, whatever numeric data type you have, this all method. Here you can see this integer is the final class. Okay, if we check any other instead of integer, here you can see here we have a total, how many? Here we have a total 8 wrapper classes. For each primitive type, here we have a wrapper class. Okay, so now I want to store. Now let's see here. I'll simply create a one string equal to, and I'll create a one variable str equal to, and I'll simply store some random number. Now I want to convert this string to number. Then we can simply convert this string to number. Okay, system.out.println, and let's use here integer dot parse int. Okay, this parse int, and here we pass this string str. Okay, let's save this and run this, and here you can see here we got this value. This value simply convert in integer, and here we got that value. What if I pass here any character? Okay, then it will work or not. Let's see. You can see this one is a throwing error, number format exception. Here you can see wrapper classes provide so many methods for perform operation. Those not provided this primitive data type. Okay, so in this video that's it. We will see next topic in the next video. Till that, bye bye.